Today's writing is on two Eves in my boyfriend passed away by crucible also. Like, so the link to the video will be the description below. Go in segment. So let's into this writing 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up you guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm pretty much going to be talking, because if you read from the title, today is actually 2 years since Gabriel passed away. If you don't know who Gabriel is, Gabriel was my previous boyfriend. We were together for 6 years. I pretty much shared our lives and our relationship publicly for literally those 6 years. Well, today is November 10th and it is the day he unfortunately passed away. I don't know how I'm like feeling, to be honest. I feel like it's a little unreal still, but it's like also I still have accepted it because it's been a long 2 years and I feel like I have grown so much from last year till now.
Yeah.
It feels like, honestly, if it's been longer, if that makes sense. I don't know why, it just feels like it's been way more than 2 years. I think just because every day I dread, literally, and I'm always thinking about him and I'm always crying still and I'm always like having to deal with grief, because grief has become such a big part of my life. Grief is literally love with nowhere to go. And I love that quote because it's true. Like, you don't know what to do with it. All you have is just all this built up anger, built up love, built up sadness, and you have nowhere to put it. You just, it stays in you. Your heart is scarred forever. But I get to have the privilege to walk around every day with this scar on my heart, and I get to show and present the love that I have for somebody, that I'll always have for him, that is no longer here. So I actually I'm gonna go to his gravesite and go visit him. He did get his tombstone already. It's been like almost 3.5 weeks since he got it. It's so freaking beautiful. And I think when I seen it, it was more like surreal, because then it gives me the feeling of like, wow, this is real. This is real. He's like not here. I'm trying not to like break down and get emotional, because I mean, I feel like I do that all the time. And I just kind of want to go over, like, you know, what has grief taught me and how have I learned to cope with it. Because hey, maybe somebody that's watching this is going through grief themselves. Everybody grieves differently, remember that. Don't compare your grief. It's just like, don't, it's just like comparing yourself to somebody else. Don't do it, because everyone's different and there's only one of you and there's only one of your emotions. So my grief is definitely different from a lot of other people's grief, because this is me grieving a lot, like a significant other, somebody I would wake up to every day, go to sleep to every day, like my partner, my soulmate, genuinely my soulmate, my first boyfriend I ever had, my first a lot of things, like my first person holding hands in public, my first, like, and just a lot of firsts, you know. And it is kind of crazy to think like, wow, it's only been 2 years. I'm like stuck between, I want to be really proud of myself, but then I'm like stuck also, because it's like, well, I miss this person so much, and it's like, why? Like, I only am here because of this person not being here anymore. Like, where would I be? It's a lot of what if. I feel like grief is a lot of what if. I never got closure. Clearly we were dating at the time he passed away. I know a lot of people still ask. He passed away in a car accident, hence why I actually had surgery on my arm. A lot of people don't know that I was actually in the car and I literally watched him take his last breath. I literally did CPR on him. I literally was begging and crying. I could just picture and hear myself that night crying and begging, like, he's gonna be okay, he's gonna be okay, please, and feeling so helpless. Nobody was like able to help right away. And yeah, when I went to the hospital, they're like, he's passed away, he's gone, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And it was like such a crazy dream. Like, I just could just describe it as a dream, because it was like not real. It was like I kept thinking like, I'm gonna wake up, this is not real. Like, no, they're joking, he's still here, like, no. And yeah, so it was very traumatic. I mean, it's very tragic that I lost a significant other, but I think it's a different kind of pain when you like see somebody you literally love with all your heart and you pictured your whole life with this person die in front of you. And I will never, I try to see it as good, because it's like he spent his last, literally his last breath with me, and I just, you know, it was just really hard to see that and really hard to like comprehend that. And like it was just, that night was just crazy. Like I think about it all the time because I was like, my last memory with him was literally that. But he looked so peaceful. Like he looked so peaceful, and I think about how he looked, and I'm like, you know what? He didn't have the worst life here, but I know when you go to heaven, you're like peaceful. You know, our life here is temporary. Once we like pass away, wherever we end up, that's eternal. That's forever. So he's having like, you know, a good life now, and like he's up there with Princess, and he's waiting for me and Ace, and I just think all the time like, wow, this is real. Like he's genuinely not here. He's not coming back, and I just love that I have a lot of memories with him, and they're like documented, so I can always go back, and when I have kids one day, I could show them like, look, this was dad's first boyfriend, like his soulmate, the person that, you know, I do want to name my kids after him, Gabriel, and then I want to have a daughter named her Gianna. What a coincidence. Um, but I've accepted I'm probably gonna be a single dad. Like I don't know if I know a lot of people want to know if I'm gonna ever date again. I don't know that. I'm not looking. I'm not purposely looking out there because I'm not healed myself. But yeah, I want to do an in-depth video, like more explaining what happened. I'm like slowly opening up more and more about it. I know a lot of people have a lot of assumptions and stuff, but it's like it's hard to relive a night where it's like my whole life changed. I walked away from that car accident literally a whole different person. Like I've left myself and my old life there. But I've learned from grief that you really need to accept it and you need to feel. There's so many ways you can cope to get over it, and
Yeah.
like for the moment, get over it for the moment. Not like in general, you're always gonna live with grief. And I've accepted that I would never get over Gabriel passing away. I would never get over my previous boyfriend dying. I would never get over that. I'm not gonna get over that because I was robbed from what we had. We had so many plans together, and I thought I was gonna spend the rest of my life with this person. So I would never ever get over that. Like I could move on and be married and this and that. I would still always think about him because he still has a heart. That was my first love, my first everything. I'm never gonna get over that. And I'm never gonna get over the fact that he passed away and his story ended.
Yeah.
And mine continued without him. I would never get over that. And I'm so annoyed when people are like, you need to get over it, you need to get over it. Because it's like, how am I going to get over something that I didn't prepare myself for and that nobody prepares you for? I'm never going to get over it. That man was such a kind soul and so fucking, oh, he did not deserve that. Like, he generally should have still been here, but I don't know God's plan, and one day I will know. And I will literally question for the rest of my life until I will know why. Like, why did I only have to get 6 years with him? Like, why?
Yeah.
Literally, it's just really hard to like accept. But once you accept it, you learn to accept it, and you'll always, always, always remember that person. I literally stop and think like, wow, look at me. Like I have my own apartment now. I have a good career. I'm like, I literally, when it first happened, the first year I was going through it, I was so lost. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I would never ever be where I'm at here today. And now look at me. I make myself proud because I make myself literally push myself because I know Gabriel's up there like, you know what, you have to do it, baby boy. Like you gotta continue to live and live my life. And I know he's happy because I know if the tables were turned, I would not want him to be sorrowed, and I would not want him to be stuck. I would want him to continue his life and do it for me. You know, I would want him like that. So that motivates me because I'm like, I know Gabriel's literally like, you got this. Like, come on, do it. It's okay. And I always hear him say that. And I hear him in my head. Like, literally, I can just hear him like, I'm so proud of you, baby boy. Like, you gotta keep going. And that shit hurts so much, and I don't care what nobody says. That's like the worst pain ever.
Yeah.
But I'm just still here, and I'm continuing, and I'm I've grown so much, and it's crazy because one day I thought about it, like I'm gonna know him I'm gonna have to remember him for longer than I know him. Sandstone's so beautiful.
Literally, you guys look, the little dogs for like Ace and Princess. His thing is so cute. It looks bigger in person. Oh my gosh, it's so handsome. Look at him.
Oh, nobody maintains. Wow. Oh,
It's literally a snowy day too, so that's why I'm over here looking a mess. Pero look at how cute my handsome man is. He's had it already for like 3 weeks now, so it came out really nice.
oh, really nice. Yeah. Wow.
I really like it.
I really don't post a lot with him no more on there. Like, I'll do videos here and there. I always get backlash, and it's like, shut up. Like, literally, shut up. I can't wait for those people to experience what I experienced, and they're gonna get humbled real quick. Real quick. Like, literally. But I am just. I don't even know what to say. I had so much thoughts in this video that I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, wow. Grief is grief. Don't run from it.
Yeah.
And learn from it, love it, accept it, because grief is not going to go anywhere. The first thing you need to do is accept grief and accept that you're not going to get over it, and that's okay. It's literally okay. You're not going to get over it. Once you accept that you're not going to get over grief, you'll be able to start living, and you will not be literally always depressed, like letting it take over your life. You are going to have to move on eventually and live, but you're also going to have that grief
Yeah.
with you. I still have my days. I'll wake up and I'm like, wow, I literally see him every freaking day in my closet. I have pictures of us when I get ready for work. When I get up, I always see him. I'm always thinking about him. I'm just like, dang, I wonder what this, I wonder what that. And I think this part that sucks the most is whenever
Yeah.
something exciting or happy happens in my life, I get so freaking sad because I'm like, Gabriel's not here to see it. And I just picture my head and hear him, like when situations would happen that were like happy and joyful, what he would say, and it breaks my heart because I just wish he was here and I could physically see him. I know whenever I think about him, he's here, and I know he is my guardian angel forever now. That's like such a blessing to have, but it's like, why? You know, I still ask why, and I'm gonna forever ask why. But I went and I saw Gabriel. I'm filming this actually the next day, just because yesterday, which was Sunday, I was just not in the right headspace. But I went and I seen him and stuff, and it was really good. It was like a, you know, very much needed. Like, I do cry for him every day, but when I'm there and I'm like crying for him, I feel like I'm letting off a lot of love that I have for him, and like my heart is literally just pumping, and I don't know how to explain the feeling. You have to learn it. I've met a lot of people now that have gone through grief, whether that's like their parents or siblings or significant others, and they literally know exactly what I'm talking about. And I feel like I'm not alone, because you're not, you know. There's not a lot of people that talk about grief because it's not normalized, I guess, but it's like everybody's gonna have to experience grief one day. One day everyone's gonna lose a loved one. One day everyone's gonna have to experience it.
Yeah.
Some people deal differently, and that's okay. Don't judge people. Like, all that hatred and negativeness people have, and it's like, go let it out. That's why I loved going to the gym, and I still go to the gym. I still run every day. I actually love running too, because me and Gabriel would always run. So like, when I'm running and I'm thinking about giving up because I'm tired or whatever, I literally picture him at the end of the finish line. Y'all, I literally sprint so fast and cry. Like, no doubt, like literally, I freaking, and I'm sweaty, so I think that's a good way to cry. Is I love when I work out and I just break down, because then I'm like, it's just sweat. But that's like, you know, do things that you guys did together that, you know, you could symbolize your love and you could show.
Yeah.
I'm like being so emotional. I cry so ugly. Do things that you guys will do together and symbolize them. Like keep going, don't
Yeah.
not keep going and stop doing these things. There's a lot of things I've stopped doing though because I don't want to do with him. Smoking is one. Like I just don't like that was our thing. We would always just roll up a blunt and just sit back. Like if you guys seen our videos, I have not since he's passed away. Literally, I've not even tried or thought about it. Like that's something that's gonna be really hard to do. But maybe one day, maybe not. Who knows? But I just want to let you guys know that I do appreciate everybody who does show me love and keeps me in their prayers. I know like I really don't be active on social media as much as I would like. I just fell out of love with a lot of things, and maybe one day I'll fall back in love with them. But I said goodbye to who I used to be, and I'm accepting the person who I am now and everything. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for hearing me out, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.
There were two E's in my boyfriend passed away by Christopher also. The link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out and drop a like if you like. And comment below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you're new. And click the bell so you can be notified when I upload in my bot. Wow.